Sheree Hansen here, starting my video a little later in the day today. I just want to invite you to come on to my YouTube channel and subscribe so you can find the new videos that I'm putting up. The goal is to find out information that can make life a little bit easier and less of a struggle for all of us. This is from The Art of Communicating by Thich, Nhat, Hanh, and he is talking about communicating with others in the chapter I'm on now. Communicating in long-term relationships. In long-term relationships, as in families, we often get in the habit of thinking that change isn't possible. We think the other person should change and they won't, so we give up hope. We need to stop judging and return to our own internal communication. If we wait for our parents or our partner to change, it may take a very long time. If we wait for the other person to change, we may spend all our time waiting. So it's better that you change yourself. Don't try to force the other person to change. Even if it takes a long time, you will feel better when you are master of yourself and you are doing your best. Sometimes when you see your partner behaving in a way that irritates you, you may want to reproach him or her. If you immediately try to correct him, he may get irritated, and then you're both irritated and become unkind. It is as if the blue sky disappears, the green trees disappear, and you are two blocks of suffering bumping into each other. This is the escalation of war, the escalation of unhappiness. You have to disentangle yourself from the unhappiness and go back to yourself, back to your peace, until you know how to handle the situation in a loving way. Then, only when you are calm, invite your partner to speak. You can say you are sorry for not having understood her or him better. Only say this when you are ready. Then listen to her deeply, even if what she says is complaining, reproachful, or not very kind. You may learn that your partner has many wrong perceptions about you and about the situation, but try not to interrupt. Let her speak. Let her have a chance to speak out everything in her so she can feel listened to and understood. As your partner speaks, continue to breathe mindfully. Later on, you may find a way to undo her misunderstanding. Little by little, in a very skillful, loving way and mutual understanding will grow. If your partner says something untrue, don't interrupt and say, no, you're wrong. That wasn't my intention. Let him speak out. He's just trying to speak out the difficulty. If you interrupt, he will lose his inspiration to speak, and he will not tell you everything. You have plenty of time. You may even take a number of days to look deeply in order to skillfully tell him about his wrong perception when he can hear it. You may have been angry with each other for years, and maybe because of just one condition, you're stuck and can't change the situation. If you can understand him deeply, you can start to make peace. Loving, compassionate speech and deep listening are the most powerful instruments for restoring communication. If you can understand and transform yourself, then you can help your partner. Sometimes we're in a negative environment that doesn't leave us space to communicate with ourselves. Sometimes we may need to change the environment around us. But sometimes in a relationship, we think separation or divorce is the only alternative. This is true if we're in a violent or abusive situation. It's important that we be in a place where we feel safe and not vulnerable. But if you are in a relationship where both people love each other and don't intentionally hurt each other, but you just don't know how to communicate, there may be other solutions. Many people think divorce is a solution, but after the papers are signed, they continue to suffer. If there are children or financial or other matters connecting you, you will still have to deal with each other for years to come. You can't take the other person out of you. You can't take yourself out of others. The suffering still continues. So the question is not whether you will stay together or not. The question is whether you can focus on trying to understand each other using compassionate speech and deep listening, no matter what the outcome. So again, he emphasizes how important it is to have a base to come back to, how to have a place to come back to, how to have a sense of connectedness to your own body, your own mindfulness, and he calls that coming home. We are so much stronger and wiser when we can come home. And then once we're grounded and we feel safe and calm, we're available to help others. It's a wonderful thing to remember. I would ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel or my blog at cheriehansen.com. Thank you.